Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean from Keeping Rock Alive, and welcome to part 2 of CAGED major shapes. So once you've learned all 5 of your CAGED major scale shapes in one octave, we're going to start looking at the full shape. And that means we're going to take the original octave we learned, and without shifting up or down, we're going to expand on that to go to the highest possible note within the scale we can reach without shifting, and the lowest possible note within the scale we can reach without shifting. So if you remember our C shape G major scale, it's played like this. So we take that scale and we know that G major has the notes G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. So once we get to that highest note we learned from our previous octave, we can keep continuing using those notes to the highest possible note we can reach without shifting, and the lowest possible note as well. So to practice this, we're going to start from the lowest possible root, and we're going to play our scale all the way up to the highest possible note within the scale we can reach without shifting, which in this case is D on the high E string. And then we're going to play the scale back down to the lowest possible note we can play without shifting positions in the scale, which in this case is B. And then we're going to play back up to the original root. So if we do that, our full C shape G major scale will look like this. We're going to practice all of these scales this way, and it's a really good way to memorize the shape. So once you've learned the full C shape, we're going to move up the CAGED system to the A shape. We're still going to use the G major scale. It's played like this. But if we apply the same technique to the C shape of going to the highest and lowest notes we can within the scale without shifting, it sounds like this. Notice we did have to shift a little bit on the B string up 1 fret, and note that some of these shapes do require minor shifting in order to get comfortable fingerings. So once you've learned the full A shape, we're going to move to the G shape now, and if you remember, our lower octave is played like this. Again, we're going to take the same techniques we did to expand the other scales, and it sounds like this. Once you've learned that, we're going to move on to the E, and if you remember our E lower octave from the previous lesson, it's played like this. And we're going to expand it to the full shape. Finally, we'll move to the D full shape. And if you remember the 1 octave shape we learned before, it's played like this. Again, expanding it using the same notes but staying relatively in the same position. Once you've memorized all these shapes, start moving from one to the next to try and see them as one interconnected shape across the whole fingerboard. And when you do this, it'll really improve your freedom across all parts of the neck, and it will really expand your improvisation. That's all for this lesson. Make sure to subscribe, leave comments down below on things you'd like to learn, and you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/KRA Guitar.